January 2001, our family lost an incredible man, my Uncle Saul J. Cherrick. When we found out we were having a boy, we knew we wanted to honor my Uncle Saul. We thought about the name Saul, but thought the name Jay was an equal tribute, with it being the same middle name he had, and knowing that it was a name he often went by socially with his friends and in business. Ever since Mike and I started dating in February 2003, I always told him I wish he could have met my Uncle Saul. He was just the best. In many ways, Mike reminded me of him, his sweetness and kindness, but most of all, his sense of humor. In recent years, Mike and my dad have become quite close, and I don't think it gets much closer than seeing your father change in the locker room at Cardinals fantasy. The way they laugh together takes me back to when I would hear my dad talk on the phone to Saul. Saul would get my dad into hysterical laughing fits over stories or jokes. Most of the time, I didn't even know what they were talking about. All I knew was that they made each other very happy. Saul always had little jokes with everyone that made them feel special. And to this day, and I don't know if you know this, Carolyn and Elizabeth, if you ask Ephraim, what did Uncle Saul say? Do you get the, and Ephraim will still fill in the blank and say point. Saul also had great taste in music, something else that Mike and him have in common. I think Saul would be very pleased to see that we have not one, but 2 record players, and spend our summer nights listening to some of his favorite bands, including several Beatles albums, out on the deck. And Phyllis, we can show you our collection, and we can play them while people are mingling today. Like Mike, Saul was...
Your parents raised you well.
Like Mike, Saul was extremely organized. I don't even know if I ever told you this, but when you walked in the house, everything was always clean and in its place, and if you come in this house any day of the week, nothing's out of order. Most of all, Saul was an incredibly devoted father and husband. Anyone who knew Saul knew that his wife and his girls came first, always. He would do anything for them. So to our son Ethan J., our little Superman, you may not have your great Uncle Saul's beautiful blue eyes or blonde hair, and we knew that was going to be a long shot. And I think you'd be worried if But our hope is that you will embody Saul's character and spirit, his kindness, playfulness, witty sense of humor, wisdom, and sincerity, and of course, a sweet-voiced taste in music, love for baseball, and great fashion sense couldn't hurt either. And if you have a mischievous streak as his big brother, just like he had with your papa, we promise we won't be too hard on you. Too bad we don't have the ravines like there are in Oak Court in St. Louis to hide a bike. But I'm sure you could find creative hiding spots. And there's always the classic textbooks under the pillowcase trick. So in memory of Saul, I'd like to finish with the lyrics of In My Life by his beloved Beatles. So I have lyrics. And if you're up for it, we can.
It's a hard song to sing.
All right, I'll try. I have a couple lyrics here, Phyllis, if you want to copy.
Thank you.
There are places I remember all my life have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone and some remain. All these places had their moments. With lovers and friends I still can recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life I love them all. Of all these friends and lovers, there is no one who compares with you. And these memories lose their meaning when I think of love as something new. Though I never lose affection for people and things I said before. Some of which I think about them.
Thank you for that.
In my life I love you more. Though I know I'll never lose affection
for people and things that went before. I know I'll often stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more.
L'chaim.
I am.
Danny, where are you? Where's Danny?
Can we do cemetery?
Danny's
We're about